Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We're going to get back to our 1977 replay, and this is our New York Metropolitan replay. It's an important game for the 77 Mets as they take on the Cubs. The Cubs have leapfrogged the Mets into third place, as the Mets now sit in fourth place. A win will reverse those circumstances once again. Here at the ballpark at Wrigley, we have sports writer extraordinaire, Mr. Ken Castro. Let's get to the starting lineups and play some baseball. And we're using Action PC Baseball, an absolutely wonderful game. The Mets sit at 37 and 32. They are currently in fourth place. And that is 5.5 behind the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are a half game ahead of Philly, and 5 in front of Chicago. The Cubs are 36 and 30. Mets hoping to bounce back to third place after this game. Leading off for the Metropolitans, playing third, Lenny Randle. Batting second, the right fielder Bruce Beauclair. Batting third, the left fielder is Steve Henderson. Batting fourth, the first baseman Ed Kranepool. Batting fifth, doing the catching, John Stearns. Batting sixth, the center fielder Lee Mazzilli. Batting seventh, the second baseman Felix Millan. Batting eighth, the shortstop Doug Flynn. And batting ninth, towing the rubber up on the bump, Nino Espinosa is doing the pitching. On the mound for the Cubbies is Mike Krukow. Krukow in the retro replay is 2-6 with an ERA 5.30. In reality, he was 8-14 for the season with a 4.40. Swisher is behind the plate. Above average defensive catcher with an above average arm, 6 out of 10 for both. Ontiveros is at third. Defensive range below average, 4 out of 10. DeJesus excellent at short, 8 out of 10. Trio excellent at second, 8 out of 10. So they're very strong up the middle. And Billy Buckner, solid at first, 7 out of 10. At the ballpark, we have W. Voggs. Check out that card collecting channel. And also Dave from Baseball Demos. As he said, it's the Go-Go Mets. He has a wonderful game up on his channel now of the 1977 Chicago White Sox, as he's doing their replay using Super Advanced Stratomatic Card and Dice. Check that out. Wonderful channel. In left for the Cubbies is Kleins. Not much range at all with a horrible arm. 2 out of 10 and 3 out of 10 for arm. Morales, above average in center for both range and arm. 6 out of 10 for both. Bobby Mercer, average in right with a cannon of an arm. 9 out of 10. So here comes Lenny Randle, 9 out of 10 bunter, batting .333 with no home runs and 8 ribbies in the replay. He's going to try a drag bunt. Here's the pitch. He drops one down. Charging in is Buckner. He fires a trio on the real play, and they just get Lenny Randle. Let's watch that again as Buckner quickly pouncing on that ball. They weren't even playing in. Randle didn't get out of the box quick. And Trio on the wheel play covers first for the out. So 1 out, base is empty for Bruce Beauclair, batting .352, 2 home runs and 16 ribbies. Krukow's ready to work. He deals to Beauclair. And that's a base hit up the middle. So Bruce Beauclair continues his hot hitting in our 77 replay. Yes, it is Sammy Sosa on the video board, I do believe. Dave from Baseball Demos. It is a foreshadowing of things to come, Mr. Dave. So Beauclair's at first. Buckner will hold him on. He's an above-average base runner. And here comes Steve Henderson, batting .276, 1 homer and 4 ribbies. He'd love to go yard here. Krukow takes a peek at first. The windup and the pitch to Henderson. And that's a base hit to left. Beauclair hits second base and will hold. Only a 53% chance of success. We will hold him. So first and second, 1 out for Ed Kranepool. Kranepool batting .301, 3 homers and 31 RBIs in this replay. Chance to put the Mets out on top. Remember, the Cubs leapfrogged the Mets when they beat them in the last game. They sit in 3rd place. The Mets sit in 4th place in the National League East. Dale Longsdale is here at the ballpark at Wrigley. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. Here's the pitch to Kranepool. 1 out, 2 on. And Kranepool grounds it to Buckner. Buckner to DeJesus. Return throw to Buckner. And that's a double play. The threat is averted. The Mets threaten but do not score. We go to the bottom of the 1st. Due up for the Cubbies, DeJesus, Kleins, and Buckner. And let's give you the whole lineup. So DeJesus is at short. Kleins is in left. And Buckner is playing first. Batting 4th, the right fielder, Bobby Mercer. Batting 5th is Morales, the center fielder. Batting 6th, the second baseman, Trio. Batting 7th, the third baseman, Ontiveros. Batting 8th, doing the catching, is Swisher. Batting 9th, the pitcher, Krukow. Nino Espinosa's on the mound, trying to right the ship here for the Metropolitans here in Chicago. Espinosa is 2-4 in the replay with a 3.74. In actuality, was a 10-13 pitcher with a 3.42. He'll be facing Ivan DeJesus, batting .293 in the replay, 1 homer and 30 ribbies. Excellent at the bunt, 8 out of 10. Stearns behind the plate, above average defensive range for a catcher, 6 out of 10. Good arm, 7 out of 10. Randall average at third, 5 out of 10. Flynn and Mian solid up the middle, they're both 7 out of 10 defensive range. And Kranepool is average at first, 5 out of 10. Henderson is in left, 6 out of 10 range with a arm of a 2, which is not good. Lee Mazzilli, the best fielder of the lot in center, 6 out of 10 defensive range, 6 out of 10 arm. Bruce Beauclair, 3 out of 10 defensive range, 4 out of 10 arm. As Baseball Demos, that's Dave, says, you got me in the mood to roll another game. Take care, Al, and smash that like button for you. Thank you very much, my friend, and I can't wait to see your next game. All right, so Ivan DeJesus comes up. Corners will move in. Randall in at third, Kranepool in at first. Here's the pitch from Espinosa to DeJesus. It's a ground ball up the middle. Flynn coming across the bag, fields it, and throws to Kranepool for 1 out. 1 down. Nice play by Flynn, the shortstop. And now bring up Gene Kleins, batting .308, no home runs, 7 ribbies. Buckner on deck. Kleins, a right-handed batter. Stearns sets the target. Here's the pitch, homeward bound. Klein swings, and that's a base hit to right. Beauclair gets to it quickly, and Klein is held to a single. Stratomatic Delaware is here at Wrigley, also with Clinton Parks and A.U. Packmule. Check out all those great channels. Baseball Demos, Stratomatic Delaware, Clinton Parks, A.U. Packmule, W. Vogs. We also have Kenny Castro and Don Lonsdale at the ballpark with us here at Wrigley. So 1 out, 1 on for Billy Buckner, who's batting .289, 3 homers, 15 ribbies. Mercer's on deck, left-handed batter Billy Buck. Espinosa looks to first, Kranepool holding Kleins on. Now he deals to Buckner. There goes the runner. Stearns throws down, and Flynn applies the tag. Kleins, you are out. Go grab some pine. There are 2 outs now. Buckner steps back in that left-hander's batter's box. I don't know if that was a failed hit and run, but what a throw by Stearns. He's been having a few defensive inefficiencies behind the plate, but he made up for it there. 0-1 count. Espinosa nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Billy Buck. Ground ball to Randall. He comes up with it, fires to Kranepool, and that's out number 3, and the side is retired. We go to the top of the second, scoreless here at Wrigley. Due up for the Metropolitans, Stearns, Mazzilli, and Mian. Remember, if you're a big Game of Thrones fan, please check out A.U. Packmule. He's doing 30 days of interviews with Game of Thrones fans. I was on there Sunday. It was a wonderful time. Also, if you did not see the interview with LMR, that's Living My Rhapsody on the ID Gesture channel, check it out on demand. It'll be up soon. Here comes John Stearns. He'll be followed by Lee Mazzilli and Felix Mian. Swisher wiggles the fingers. Krukow nods his head. Stearns batting .273, 6 homers, 38 ribbies. Here's the pitch. Stearns, base hit up the middle. jumped all over that pitch. We have an injury. Who's injured? Well, I think it was Swisher, but he's staying in the game as we're playing with as-played lineups. Now, all the teams are using as-played lineups, as-played pitching staffs. I'm using as-played rosters with my own lineups and pitching rotation. Here's Lee Mazzilli. Mazzilli batting .277, 2 home runs, 16 ribbies. Stearns at first, above average base runner, Buckner holding him on. Mazzilli switch hitter batting lefty off the right-handed throwing Krukow. Krukow nods his head. He deals to Mazzilli. And that ball's going to get away from Swisher. Stearns, 77% chance of getting to second. Here he goes. There's a throw down. And he is safe. I don't know what Lee Mazzilli was thinking, but sometimes the video does weird things. Just stretching his legs, I guess. So advancing on that wild, they didn't tell us if it's a wild pitch or pass ball, is Stearns. So he stands at second with no outs. There's a 3-0 count to Mazzilli. He's going to take on the 3-0. And that is a strike. Oh, Mazzilli was already walking down the first base line. He didn't like that call. Bobby Cantilano, my Twitter wife, has joined us here at the ballpark. How the heck are you? Long time no see. We were both in the ID Gesture chat with watching Living My Rhapsody and the wonderful interview that ID was doing. All right, 3-1 count. Time to grip and rip for Mazzilli. He awaits the Krukow offering. Here's the pitch. Mazzilli swing. Oh, he held his, and he walks. He checked his swing. Swisher wanted the call. He didn't get it. First and second, no outs. And here comes Felix Millan, the second baseman, batting .241. No homers, 20 ribbies. This is where we play unorthodox. He's a 10 out of 10 for hit and run. We're going to put the runners in motion. Hit and run. Here's the pitch to Millan. Can he make contact? Yes, he does. He grounds it up the middle. The only play is to first. Advancing to third is Stearns. Advancing to second is Mazzilli. So Millan, an excellent batman, gets the bat on the ball. Sacrifices himself, but it's now 1 out, second and third for Doug Flynn. He's a punch and Judy hitter, though he did knock in 3 runners last game against the Cubbies, so the Mets went down to defeat. He needs to get a fly ball here. And here's this. He's an 7 out of 10 bunter, 8 out of 10 hit and run. On deck is Espinosa. Here's a squeeze. It's a suicide squeeze. There goes the runner. Flynn puts the ball down in fair territory. The only play is the first. Stearns scores. 1-0 Metropolitans on the suicide squeeze. So the Mets jump out on top with some small ball. Let's watch that suicide squeeze again. Watch Stearns. There goes Stearns. Flynn gets the bat on the ball, puts it in fair territory. Good bunt by Flynn. He picks up the ribby. Why Mazzilli is still standing at second, I don't know. So 2 outs, 1-0 Mets. Mazzilli's at second. He must have had a brain fart. And here comes Nino Espinosa. Espinosa is 2 for 25. That's a .080 batting average. The original Grognard is at the ballpark. Check out his channel. He just put up a video of that military strategy game. And please, OG, put the name in the chat and also the link to the video. I would greatly appreciate it. That's the original Grognard. Alright, let's see what Espinosa can do. Choking up on the bat a bit. Krukow deals to his counterpart, Espinosa. And he walked! Oh, you don't want to walk the 9th place hitter who's the pitcher. So it's first and second, 2 outs for Lenny Randall. He tried to bunt his way on, unsuccessfully. On deck is Bruce Beauclair. Switch hitter Randall, batting lefty. Mazzilli at second, Espinosa at first. Krukow takes a deep breath. 1-0 Mets. He deals to Randall. And Randall sends a fly ball deep center field. Morales on the run. He makes the catch. It hung up there. But the Mets score on the suicide squeeze. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 New York. 2 up for Chicago. Mercer, Morales, and Trio to face Nino Espinosa. Bobby Mercer batting .231, 8 home runs, and 33 runners knocked in this replay. Also here at Wrigley is Farm 1. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. He says Espinosa way below the Mendoza line. Yes, he is. Alrighty. Here's the pitch to Bobby Mercer. And Mercer sends that ball deep to right. Beauclair on the run, and he makes the catch just in front of the track, 1 away. Fans a little disappointed. They cheered at first. They thought it was out of here, but it's not. Tribes Fan has joined us here at Wrigley. Check out his channel. He has up his Card and Dice 2016 Minnesota Twins replay. And that was one heck of a slugfest between them and the Red Sox. It was a slobber knocker. Good stuff. As the original Grognard says, Part 4 playthrough of the Coral Sea campaign. Yes, I'll be checking that out later. And the OG and myself at some point, possibly this week or next week, will be doing a historical military chat regarding the Battle of the Coral Sea. Look forward to that. Alright, 1 out, base is empty. Morales at the plate, trio on deck. Morales 304, 9 homers, 51 ribbies. John Stern sets the target. Here's the pitch to Jerry Morales. Ground ball, right side. Kranepool has it, races to the bag, steps to it as he waves off Espinosa. 2 down. Mets throw the ball around the infield. And here comes the second baseman, Manny Trio, 265, 5 homers, 30 ribbies, right-handed batter. Infield, outfield, straightaway, and normal for Trio. Espinosa toes the rubber, peers in at Stearns. He kicks and deals to Trio. Ground ball, third. Randall up with it, fires to Kranepool, and the side is retired. We go to the top of the third, 1-0 Mets. Remember, if the Mets win, they leapfrog the Cubs back into third place. Due up for the Metropolitans, Beauclair, Henderson, and Kranepool. Bruce Beauclair's 1 for 1. He's single. Swisher goes through the signs. Krukow acknowledges with a quick nod of the head. Here's the pitch to Beauclair. And Beauclair grounds it up the middle. Trio ranges towards the backhands it, throws to Buckner. 1 down. Here comes Steve Henderson. He's 1 for 1. He's single. Henderson. Love to jack one out of Wrigley. Kranepool on deck. Krukow rocks and fires. Oh! He came high and tight, and he plunks Henderson. Henderson has a few choice words for Mr. Mike Krukow on the mound. And goes down to first. Here comes Eddie Kranepool. Kranepool's 0 for 1. Henderson, 6 out of 10 base running ability. Kranepool, 7 out of 10 hit and run. On deck is Stearns. Here comes the hit and run with 1 out. There goes Hendu. And that's a base hit to right. Henderson hits second and is on his way to third. Kranepool finds the hole on the right side. And it's now first and third. With only 1 out, the Go-Go Mets are getting going. Joining us here at Wrigley Stadium is What's Blazing in Sports. T-Dub, for all your boxing needs, please subscribe to What's Blazing in Sports. He'll be doing, I believe, a live audio call of the Spence Garcia fight coming up this Saturday. So if you can't watch it, check out What's Blazing in Sports and listen to a wonderful, wonderful call and join in on the chat. First and third, 1 out for John Stearns. He's 1 for 1. Single to center. Kranepool at first, Henderson at third. 1-0 Mets. Stearns has to at least lift a deep fly ball. He wants to stay away from right field. Mercer has a cannon for an arm. Krukow in a bit of a pickle. Takes a deep breath, arms down to his chest. The windup and the pitch to Stearns. And he fouled it. What happened there? Catcher's interference. The bases are juiced. Swisher is arguing, but they're not changing the call. Catcher's interference is called by the man in blue behind the plate. And that will bring up Lee Mazzilli, and the bases are loaded. Henderson at third, Kranepool at second, and John Stearns at third. There is no place to put Lee Mazzilli. Mazzilli walked his first time up. 1-0 Mets. On deck is Felix Millan. Mazzilli will take. And that's a strike. Krukow got that pitch in there, 90-mile-per-hour fastball. Caught the outside portion of the plate. Good job by Swisher framing it. 0-1 count. Krukow hopes to induce the double play ball. He deals to Mazzilli. Mazzilli swings, ground ball up the middle. Trio flips it to Jesus. On to Buckner. Double play. Oh, Mazzilli banged into the pitcher's best friend. 4-6-3. The Mets threaten, but do not score. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Mets. As What's Blazing in Sports is interview with Devon Alexander this Thursday around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those of you who do not know, Devon Alexander is a professional boxer and was world ranked at one time, I do believe. A very good boxer and is friends with T-Dub. T-Dub, a boxer and trainer. And an excellent human being. Alrighty, here comes Ontiveros. He'll be followed by Swisher and Krukow. Espinosa, 18 pitches, good for 135. Ontiveros, left-handed batter. Stearns sets the target. Here's the pitch to Ontiveros. And that's a base hit to right. He took that outside pitch and just ripped it to right field. Tying run at first, Ontiveros, an average base runner. Kranepool holding him on. Here comes Swisher. Swisher, below average bunter. Espinosa throws over. Ontiveros just gets back. Kranepool applied the tag just a little late. Again, Espinosa looks to first. Now picks up the sign at the plate. He rocks and fires to Swisher. Swisher lines out to Randall, who thought about firing to first, but Ontiveros quickly dove back. You welcome, T-Dub, What's Blazing in Sports. You welcome. The kind words are deserved, my good friend. So here comes Krukow. Krukow most likely would definitely be bunting. And, well, he's batting .276. He might swing the stick in this replay. Let's bring third base in. So Randall in at third. Kranepool holding on Ontiveros. Espinosa would love to strike out his counterpart. De Jesus on deck. Stearns goes through the signs. Espinosa nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Krukow. Ground ball up the middle. Flynn to Mian to Kranepool. Side is retired. Pitcher's best friend, 2 for 1. We go to the top of the fourth. The Mets still hold that 1-0 lead. Due up for the Metropolitans, Mian, Flynn, and Nino Espinosa. Felix Mian 0 for 1, but it was first and second. We called the unorthodox hit and run. He put the ball in play to advance the runners to second and third. And then the Mets got their run on the suicide squeeze put down by Doug Flynn, who's on deck. Here's the pitch to Mian. Mian grounds it slowly to third. Ontiveros barehands it, fires. The stretch by Buckner, not in time. Felix Mian and the Go-Go Mets get an infield hit, so Mian is at first. Espinosa's on deck. Flynn is at the plate. Hit and run. There goes Mian. Ground base hit. He loops it over Ontiveros. Mian hits second and heads to third, even though the ball was hit to left. Kleins didn't get there quickly enough. So first and third, and here comes Nino Espinosa. The corners are in. They're looking for the squeeze play. Espinosa 10 out of 10 bunter. And he's batting .080, as Farm 1 said, well below the Mendoza line. Here comes a squeeze, and it'll be a safety squeeze. He puts the ball, he popped the bunt up in the air. Swisher throws his mask off, makes the catch. Thank God we have the safety squeeze on, as Mian easily got back to third. And Espinosa just goes back to the Mets dugout shaking his head. So 1 out, runners on the corners for Lenny Randall. He is 0 for 2, chance to give the Mets some more runs here. Krukow looks to first as Buckner's holding on Flynn. Ontiveros playing behind Mian at third. Here's the pitch to Lenny Randall. Randall, base hit to left. 2-0 Mets. Flynn stops at second. And Randall's at first with his first hit and ribby of the game. So it's 2-0 Metropolitans. 1 out, 2 on for Bruce Beauclair, who is 1 for 2. He has singled and grounded to second. Flynn, 6 out of 10 running ability. Randall, 9 out of 10. Can Beauclair come through in the clutch? Left-handed batter versus the right-handed throwing Krukow. Swisher wiggles the fingers. Here's the pitch. Beauclair, base hit the lefty, goes the other way. Flynn hits third and will hold. Only a 56% chance of scoring. So bases are juiced. 1 out for Steve Henderson, who is 1 for 1. He singled and then was hit by a pitch in his second plate appearance. He needs to lift one out deep enough to the outfield to score that third run. Flynn at third, Randall at second, Beauclair at first. Henderson will have the green light. The number 3 hitter awaits the Krukow offering. Pitch inbound. And he walks! And here comes Flynn trotting in from third. 3-0 Metropolitans. Steve Henderson will have an RBI the easy way. So bases are still juiced. Krukow in a mega pickle here. Only 1 out, 3-0. And here's Ed Kranepool. He's 1 for 3. He has banged into a double play, then singled. Kranepool will take. And that's a strike on the outside corner. Kranepool didn't like the call. 0-1 count. Swisher pounds him in. Sets the target. Krukow rocks and fires. Kranepool swings. Lines out to Ontiveros, who fires to second, and they double up Beauclair. Oh man, did they get out of that cheap. The Mets get 2. They lead by 3. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Let's watch that line-out double play. Kranepool hit it on the screws to Ontiveros, who fires to the shortstop to Jesus, quickly going back to cover the bag, and they double up the runner. Bottom of the 4th, 3-0 Mets. 2 up for the Cubbies here at Wrigley. Top of the order, DeJesus, Kleins, and Buckner joining us here at the ballpark in Wrigley. Uncle Ron from Retro Sports Network. Remember, you gotta subscribe to Uncle Ron and the rest of the wonderful content creators in the chat and in our community. Alright, thank you for joining us, Uncle Ron. You had a baseball game on today. It was a slobber knocker. There are quite a few slobber knockers in the community when it came to baseball games. DeJesus is 0 for 1. Corners move in on Ivan. Randall in at third. Kranepool in at first. Espinosa's ready to work. He deals to DeJesus. And that's a base hit to right. Beauclair fields it. Fans trying to rev up their Cubbies. Todd B is at the ballpark. How you doing, Todd? As the stream has gone red. Why, I don't know. But still looks good. And here comes Gene Kleins. He's 1 for 1. Buckner on deck. DeJesus at first. Kranepool holding him on. Espinosa takes a peek. He throws over. And DeJesus is back. Again, Espinosa looks to first. Now he deals to Kleins. There goes the runner. Stearns throws down, but DeJesus slides in safely. So a 1-0 count. DeJesus is now in scoring position. Can Kleins put the Cubbies on the board? Espinosa peeks over his shoulder. Looks towards the plate, the windup, and the pitch. And he walked Kleins. Tying run comes to the plate. Billy Buckner. Buckner at 287 with 3 homers and 15 ribbies. If he jacks one out, it'll be 4 and 18. Mets don't want to hear any of that. Buckner, 9 out of 10 hit and run. Will they roll the crazy dice like I do when I play with the Mets? We shall see. The righty Espinosa deals to the lefty Buckner. Ground ball. Randall to Mian to Kranepool. 5-4-3. Advancing to third on the double play is DeJesus, the pitcher's best friend. The double play, 1 more out, and the Mets will be bailed out of this inning. But here comes the dangerous Bobby Mercer. Mercer with 8 home runs so far on the retro replay, with 33 ribbies. On deck is Jerry Morales. He's got 51 ribbies. We'll try a pitch around, see if we get Mercer to reach. Try to hit the black of the plates. Here's the pitch to Bobby Mercer. And he walked! He did not chase the outside pitch. As Todd B says, Browns get Odell Beckham. Finally, Browns may get to the playoffs. Or Odell Beckham may do his crazy routine and ruin the team. One or the other. Here's Jerry Morales. One swing in the back and tied up here. He's got 9 gopher balls. DeJesus at third. Mercer at first. Kranepool holding on Mercer. Trio on deck. Stearns goes through the signs. A quick nod of the head by Nino Espinosa. Here's the pitch to Jerry Morales. And that gets away from Stearns, and racing in from third is DeJesus on the pass ball, and Mercer advances to second. John Stearns should have blocked that. He did not. Again, he has struggled the past few games defensively, though he did throw a base runner out earlier in the game. So it's now 3-1. Mercer's at second. The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jerry Morales. Trio's on deck. Here's the pitch to Morales. And a line shot drops in front of Henderson. Mercer with 2 outs was off on contact, and he scores from second quite easily without a throw, as the throw went back in towards the cutoff man to keep Morales at first. So it's now 3-2. Mets, here come the Cubbies. And here's Manny Trio. He's 0 for 1. Ontiveros on deck. Kranepool holding on Morales. Stearns says something out towards his pitcher. Now squats down, sets the target. Here's the pitch, homeward bound. Trio. Ground ball slowly hit to Kranepool. Kranepool shuffles it to Espinosa, covering first. Bang, bang, play! And they get the out. The Cubbies score 2. We go to the top of the 5th. The Mets 3. The Cubs 2. 2 up for the Metropolitans. Stearns, Mazzilli, and Millan. To face Krukow. Krukow up to 66 pitches, good for 115. Mike Krukow so far, 4 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, no strikeouts. John Stearns, 1 for 1. He has singled and was awarded first on catcher's interference. Here's the pitch to Stearns. That is a base hit to right. 2 for 2. Mets trying to get those runs back. Here's Lee Mazzilli. Mazzilli's 0 for 1. He has walked and banged into a double play. Buckner holding on Stearns. Mazzilli will take. That looked outside. Oh, wow! Mazzilli not happy with the call. Says something to the man in blue. 0-1. Krukow again looks to first. Now in at Swisher. He kicks and deals to Mazzilli. Mazzilli rips a shot to right. Stearns hits second and holds. So Mazzilli picks up his first hit. It's now first and second, no outs for Felix Millan. And here comes once again the unorthodox hit and run. There go the runners. Here's the pitch. And he smacks that ball up the middle. And it's going to be a hustle double for Millan. Scoring from second is Stearns. Advancing to third is Mazzilli. Felix Millan just handles that bat so well. Let's watch that hit and run. 3 times we've hit and run with Millan. Look at that. And it's a hustle double for Felix Millan. So it's 4-2 Metropolitans. Mazzilli at third. Millan at second. Doug Flynn is 1 for 1. He also has a suicide squeeze for an RBI. On deck is Nino Espinosa. Will we squeeze again? Squeeze play once again. Suicide squeeze. Here comes Mazzilli. Flynn put the ball down and it goes foul. Oh, boy. Swisher wisely lets it roll foul as Mazzilli came flying in, sliding in, all for naught. The ball goes foul. The count is no balls, 2 strikes. The bunt is taken off. Flynn has to hit this ball somewhere to knock in Mazzilli with Espinosa on deck, the pitcher. Krukow with the advantage here. Here's the pitch to Doug Flynn. And Flynn grounds it to Trio. Mazzilli's going home. The only plays to first. And Doug Flynn picks up his second RBI. Good piece of professional hitting by Doug Flynn. It's now 5-2 Metropolitans. With 1 out, Millan stands at third. And here comes Nino Espinosa. On a safety squeeze, he popped out to the catcher. Ontiveros. In at third, Buckner. In at first. Randall on deck. Safety squeeze on once again. Here's the pitch. And he pops it up towards third. Ontiveros racing in. And he makes the basket catch. Wow. So once again, Espinosa pops out on the safety squeeze. So 2 outs, top of the order. Lenny Randall 1 for 3. 5-2 Mets. Mian stands 90 feet away from the 6th Metropolitan run. Here's the pitch to Randall. Randall, that ball gets away from Swisher. Mian comes sliding in on the wild pitch. It's now 6-2 Metropolitans. The go-go Mets just keep that pedal to the floor. Randall, drag bunt. Here's the pitch. And he's out. Okay, that was bizarre. But he's out. He strikes out. But the Mets score 3. They get those 2 runs back. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 6-2 New York. Due up for the Cubbies. Ontiveros, Swisher, and Krukow, the bottom third, to face Nino Espinosa. As Todd B says, Strat Baseball released some 70 seasons, I read. Yep, 71, 73, and 77. Had they released 76, I might have bought that one, but I'm not buying any of those. They're $57. If I want to spend $50 on Strat, I could pick up 2 seasons on the PC. Though I did think about the 77 season, but I have that on for Dice Baseball and Payoff Pitch for card dice, as well as Digital Diamond. Here's Ontiveros, he's 1 for 1. Swisher on deck. Espinosa deals to Ontiveros, and then he's 2 for 2. Singles to right. So Ontiveros is on. Here comes Swisher. He's 0 for 1. Steve Swisher, line to third. Kranepool holding Ontiveros on. Espinosa takes a peek. Now picks up the sign at the plate. Here's the pitch to Steve Swisher. And he struck him out. On the 0-2. Gets Swisher looking on the off speed. Nice job by Nino Espinosa. As Ron from Metro Sports Network says, 77's a great year. Yes, it is. That's why we're doing this replay on Action PC Baseball. Here comes Krukow. Espinosa's going right at his counterpart. It's a bunt. Stearns fields it. Throws to Mian on the wheel plate, who covers first. 2 outs. Ontiveros advances to second. Leadoff batter Ivan De Jesus 1 for 2. He is grounded to short and singled a line drive to right. Ontiveros will be off on contact. Not the speediest runner. Espinosa looks over his shoulder. The windup and the pitch to De Jesus. And he strikes him out. He pumps his fist, jogs off the mound back towards the dugout. We go to the top of the 6th. The Mets 6, the Cubbies 2. Due up for the New York Metropolitans, Beauclair, Henderson, and Kranepool to face Mike Krukow, who's still up on the bump for the Cubs. Beauclair 2 for 3. He awaits the Krukow offering. Pitch inbound. And Beauclair grounds it to Trio, who throws to Buckner. 1 down. Now bring up Steve Henderson. He is 1 for 1. He singled, hit by a pitch, and walked in a run. Krukow shakes off Swisher. Now he deals to Henderson. Henderson swings. Line drive, 1 hopper. Ontiveros makes the diving stop. Pops up and fires to Buckner. 2 away, robbing extra bases from Steve Henderson. Let's watch that great play. What a diving stop. On a tremendously hard hit ball to third. A wicked 1 hopper as he line drive that thing into the dirt. Right in front of the bag. Ontiveros, great cat-like reaction. So 2 outs, bases empty for Ed Kranepool. He is 1 for 3. Kranepool would love to get his 4th home run here. Krukow deals to Kranepool. Kranepool, base hit. Oh, Trio robs him up the middle. What range by Trio. Throws low to Buckner. But he holds on to it. And the side is retired in the top of the 6th. Wow. Watch that again. That looks slated for center field. Trio, nice backhand, quick flip, but he threw low to Buckner. who scooped it out of the dirt. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, 6-2 New York. Due up for Chicago, Clines, Buckner, and Bobby Mercer. Clines is 1 for 1. He has singled and walked. Buckner on deck. Espinosa 70 pitches through 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run. The other one was due to a passed ball by John Stearns. 2 walks and 2 Ks. He deals to Clines. Clines grounds it slowly. Mian ranging to his right, flips to Kranepool. Bang, bang, play! And Clines is safe as Kranepool does not hold on to the ball. But they're going to give the error to Mian. Oh, that's a tough error on Felix. So here comes Bill Buckner. He's 0 for 2. Billy Buck is grounded to third and then bang into a double play started by the third baseman, Randall. Espinosa looks to first. Now in at Stearns. He deals to Buckner. Buckner sends a shallow fly ball to right. Beauclair comes racing in, makes the catch. And quickly getting back to first is Clines. As Todd B says, Trio was always a great fielder, and he showed it there. Good night, Chris. Check out Stratomatic Delaware. Casey Jones, 1970, is here at Wrigley. He says Mike Krukow was a good pitcher for the Cubs and later the Giants. Thank you for joining us, Casey. Here's Bobby Mercer, 1 out, 1 on. Espinosa will try to induce the double play ball. They tried to get Mercer to chase last at-bat, but he didn't go for that. Espinosa awaits the offering. Mercer awaits the offering. Here's the pitch by Espinosa. Fly ball. Henderson on the run. Left center, and he makes the catch. Again, Clines retreats to first as Mercer hung that one up there. So 2 outs. Clines will be off on contact. And in fact, we're going to have Kranepool play behind Clines. And here's Jerry Morales. He's 1 for 2. He's grounded to first and singled, knocking in Mercer in the 4th. Trio on deck. Here's the pitch to Jerry Morales. And he walked him. Espinosa walked him. And Stearns wanted the call. He didn't get it. And here's Manny Trio. He's 0 for 2. Clines at second, Morales at first. They will be off on contact with 2 outs. Ontiveros on deck. Espinosa walking around the mound a bit, rubbing up the baseball. Back up on the bump. Looks in at Stearns. He kicks and fires to Trio. And no, it's going to be pinch hitter extraordinaire Greg Gross, who has killed us in this series. And he's batted .413 with 1 homer and 17 ribbies. Ontiveros is on deck, and he's batting .284. 2 outs, 2 on. Will Greg Gross once again put the dagger in the hearts of Metropolitan fans watching and listening on the radio? There are a few here at Wrigley. Here's the pitch to Gross. Ground ball. Espinosa snares it. Throws to Kranepool, and the side is retired. Nice job by Nino Espinosa. That ball was slated for center field. Nino said none shall pass. We go to the top of the 7th, the New York Metropolitan 6. Chicago Cubbies 2 in our 1977 retro replay. The date is June 26, 1977. Due up for the Mets, Stearns, Mazzilli, and Mian. Krukow still out on the mound, even though he's down by 4. He's thrown 97 pitches, good for 115, 6 innings, 11 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 walks, and 1 K. Stearns is 2 for 2. How do you do? Mazzilli on deck. Here's the pitch of John Stearns. And that's a hard hit ball. Back at the pitcher, he throws to Buckner. 1 down. And that's it for Krukow. Here comes a new pitcher, Jim Todd. Man with the 2 first names, Jim Todd. In the replay, 1 win, 2 losses, 1 save, 5.57. In actuality, 1 win, 1 loss with an ERA 9.10. Mazzilli's 1 for 2. Drag bunt. And Mazzilli drops down a beauty. He beats it out. Oh my lord. What a bunt by Lee Mazzilli. Let's watch that again. Totally fooling the Cubs with 1 out. So Lee Mazzilli picks up another bunt base hit, a specialty of ours with Lee. The Go-Go Mets are on the run and gun again. And here's Felix Millan. Here's the hit and run. There goes Mazzilli. And that's a base hit to right. Mazzilli hits second and is on to third. Felix Millan is now 3 for 4. Every time up, we've had the hit and run. Every time up, he has put the bat on the ball, which includes 3 hits. And here comes Doug Flynn. He has knocked in 2 runs today. He's 1 for 2. He has a suicide squeeze for a run. Then he singled to left and grounded to second when Mazzilli scored his second RBI for Flynn. So Todd is in a pickle here. Mazzilli at third, Millan at first, Doug Flynn at the plate, Espinosa on deck. Here's the pitch. Flynn swings away, and that's a base hit to left center field. Mazzilli trots in from third. Millan will hold at second, only a 51% chance of scoring, and the Mets are up 7-2. How do you do? The fans at Wrigley getting restless. I don't even think take me out to the ball game's going to cure them. And here comes Nino Espinosa. Espinosa's thrown 86 pitches. We used Lockwood already in the last game. He pitched overdrive. He took the loss. He is a bit tired. Espinosa, we've tried to bunt twice with Nino. He's popped it up. But he'll put down the sacrifice bunt this time. Corners in. Here's the pitch. And this time he puts the bunt down. Swisher will go to second to DeJesus. And they get the middle runner. So again, Nino Espinosa cannot produce fruit. Flynn is erased at second. So 2 outs, excuse me. Millan's at third and Espinosa's at first. And here comes Lenny Randle. He's 1 for 4. Can Randle smack it through the infield and give the Mets their 8th run? They lead 7-2, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Todd deals to Randle. Randle swings and misses, and the side is retired. But the Mets get another one. And it's now 7-2 Metropolitans. Due up for the Cubs, Entreveros, Swisher, and Todd. The bottom third will probably see a pinch hitter for Todd. So Espinosa back up on the hill, 86 pitches, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 2 Ks. Entreveros 2 for 2. He's had 2 singles to right. Espinosa is going to go high and tight to him. Aggressive. Here's the pitch. And he misses location outside, but it's a swing and a miss on the 2-2. So he gets his 3rd punch out. Stearns set up inside. Espinosa threw the ball outside, but the good news is Ontiveros swung. Here's Swisher, the catcher, 0 for 2. Espinosa's going to go right at him aggressively. He rocks and fires. And that's a fly ball deep to left. Henderson on the run makes the catch in front of the Ivy, 2 away. And here's the pitcher, and there'll be a pinch hitter, and it will be Dave Rossello. Rossello, in 20 at-bats in the replay, has no hits. Espinosa wants a quick 1-2-3 inning. He deals to Rossello. And Rossello, of course, picks up his first hit of the year. He's now 1 for 21. The inning stays alive. We go to the top of the order. And Ivan DeJesus, who's 1 for 3. Rossello, 17% chance of stealing second. Kranepool will play behind him. That brings it up to a 32% chance of stealing second. But we don't care about that. We have a 5-run lead. Here's the pitch to DeJesus from Espinosa. Stearns has a quick word. Back behind the plate. Pitch inward. And whoa, they came high and tight. And DeJesus tried to rip that down the left field line, but it's foul. He was sitting on that breaking ball. I don't know if that's where they wanted to go with it, but it was high and tight with the breaking ball. Usually you want to come in with a fastball. All right, the count's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kranepool playing behind Rossello, who's at first. Espinosa pays no mind to him. He deals to DeJesus. Ground ball to Flynn at second. He flips to Millan for the force out. At short, excuse me. He flips to second, and Millan steps on the bag. We go to the top of the 8th, 7-2 Metropolitans. A win for the Mets, and they leapfrog back into 3rd place. Due up for the Mets, Beauclair, Henderson, and Kranepool, and now on the mound is a very young Donnie Moore. Donnie Moore Has 2 saves, no wins, no losses in this replay. 4.24 earned run average. In actuality, it was 4-2 with a 4.07. Beauclair is 2 for 4. Here's the pitch from Moore to Beauclair. And Beauclair hits it hard back to Moore, who throws to Buckner. If you're scoring at home, and you should, it's good for your mind. That goes 1-3. Disregard the injury because we're playing with as-played lineups and transactions. Here's Steve Henderson. He's 1 for 2. Moore deals to the righty Henderson. And he strikes him out. Got him with a good slider on the inside portion of the plate. Swing and a miss. Now they're saying Henderson checked his swing, but it was in the strike zone, so what the heck's the difference anyway? So 2 outs, base is empty for Kranepool, who is 1 for 4. Righty-lefty matchup. Kranepool looking for home run number 4. He awaits the Moore offering, pitch homeward bound. Kranepool strikes out swinging. The side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 8th. And I guess Beauclair was hurt. Okay, Beauclair, I guess, so he's hurt. Maybe he really got hurt in that game. And we'll go to our best outfielder. Mike Vail will play right. Going to the 2 spot. So Mike Vail, who crushes left-handed pitching, doesn't hit so well against righties. 7 out of 10 defensive range, 8 out of 10 arm. So he's in right now. Espinosa deals to Klein, who's 1 for 2. And he strikes him out. Nino is in a zone. 1 away. He wants that ball back. The Mets quickly throw it around the infield. Here comes Billy Buck. He's 0 for 3. Mercer on deck. Stearns sets the target. Here's the pitch to Buckner. And he strikes him out. Espinosa on fire. That's 5 Ks so far. Can he strike out the side? Here comes Bobby Mercer. He is 0 for 2. He did walk in the 4th, though. Espinosa nods his head. Stearns sets the target. Here's the pitch to Mercer. And he walked him. Stearns wanted the call. He didn't get it. So Espinosa's up to 120 pitches. Good for 135. Mets have action in their bullpen. Jerry Morales 1 for 2. He does have 9 homers with a .305 batting average and 52 ribbies. Kelleher's on deck. Here's the pitch to Morales. Fly ball, Vail coming in right. Makes the catch and the side is retired. We go to the top of the 9th. The Mets 7, the Cubs 2. Donnie Moore. It's going to be Kelleher on Taveras, Swisher, and if anyone gets on, a pinch hitter for Donnie Moore. Except that's for the bottom of the 9th. We're in the top of the 9th, Al, Red Sox fan. It's Stearns, Mazzilli, and Millan. John Stearns is 2 for 3. Moore nods his head. He deals to Stearns. And he strikes him out. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Good movement on that fastball. So 1 out. Here's Lee Mazzilli. Here's the drag bunt. And he puts down another beauty. Another bunt base hit for Mazzilli. I will bunt all day, all night. If they play the infield normal or back, Lee Mazzilli will drop 1 down. He has 2 hits, on the day. No, 3 hits I think Mazzilli has on the day. How many hits does Mazzilli have? Lee Mazzilli has 3 hits. He's 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. And here comes Felix Millan with 1 out. Millan has been a hit-and-run machine, and we're going to do the same. There goes Mazzilli. Here's the pitch. And that's a line shot. Foul down the left field line. So a 1-1 count. Hit and run on again. There goes Mazzilli. Moore fields it. His only play is the first. Mazzilli advances to second. And here comes Doug Flynn. Flynn is 2 for 3. He has 3 ribbies today. 1 on a suicide squeeze. The Go-Go Mets want to push across 1 more run. Make it 8-2. It's now 7-2. Moore nods his head. Swisher sets the target. Here's the pitch to Doug Flynn. And Flynn hits it hard. Moore snares it. Throws to Buckner. They played some pepper with Donnie Moore. The side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The New York Mets 7. The Chicago Cubs 2. Espinosa up to 124 pitches. He will face Kelleher, Ontiveros, and Swisher. The Mets bullpen is ready. Espinosa looking for the complete game victory here. And what a boost this would be if Nino can go the full distance. Cubs fans on their feet, trying to rally their beloved Cubbies here at Wrigley. Mick Kelleher, 196, no homers, 6 ribbies. Here's the pitch to Kelleher. And that's a base hit to right. So that punch and Judy hitter knocks it to right. Vail fields it, throws it into the infield. And now this could be Espinosa's last batter. Ontiveros has got him twice. He's 2 for 3. Mets hope to turn 2 up the middle. Kranepool will play behind Kelleher. Here's the pitch to Ontiveros. And he flies it deep to right. Vail on the run in the corner, makes the catch, fires it back in towards Millan. Quickly retreating to first is Kelleher. Nice running catch by Vail. And here comes Steve Swisher. The catcher is 0 for 3. Moore's on deck, but he will not hit. They have not put a pinch hitter out there yet. Espinosa, 131 pitches, takes a deep breath. The windup and the pitch to Swisher. Ground ball. Flynn. Oh, Flynn booted the game-ending double play ball. Oh, my Lord. Oh, that was a 6-4-3 ball game over. Flynn just kicks at the infield dirt here at Wrigley. He's got to get it out of his head. Now 1 out. Kelleher at second. Swisher at first. And here comes a pinch hitter for Donnie Moore. And it will be Joe Wallace. And Wallace is batting .750 with a home run and 4 ribbies. He is 6 for 8. And that's going to be it for Nino Espinosa. He should have been out of the game. The game should have been over. The double play ball by Flynn was booted. And now, we don't have any lefties. We lost our only lefty for some reason. Do we go to a tiring Skip Lockwood? Or do we go to Bob Apodaca? We go to a tiring Skip Lockwood. We need 2 outs. So Lockwood's only good for 20 pitches. He got the loss in extra innings in the prior game. Wallace digs in, left-handed batter. Lockwood in the replay, 8 wins, 4 losses, 13 saves, ERA below 2, 1.98. He did take the loss in extra innings in Game 2 of the series against the Cubbies when the Cubs leapfrogged the Mets in the third. Now the Mets want to do the same to the Cubs. In actuality, he was 4-8 with 20 saves and a 3.38 earned run average. Lockwood's done with his warm-up tosses, has a quick word with Stearns. 1 out, 2 on. Here's the pitch to Joe Wallace. And that's a base hit to left. Kelleher hits third, and holds. And that's past the dive of Lenny Randall. So bases are juiced. A home run would bring the Cubbies to within 1. DeJesus has 1 homer on the year. On deck is Kleins. Lockwood, no place but DeJesus. He's ready. The windup and the pitch. And he strikes out DeJesus. Lockwood pumps his fist. 1 more out for the Mets, and they're back in 3rd place. And here comes Gene Kleins. He's 1 for 3. He has singled, walked, reached on an error by the second baseman on a throw, and struck out. Kelleher at third, Swisher at second, Wallace at first. Kleins has no homers on the year, and in actuality had 3. Buckner on deck. They don't want it to go there. Stearns pounds him. It sets the target. Lockwood obliges. Here's the pitch, homeward bound. Kleins lines a shot. Mazzilli makes the running catch in left center. The ball game is over. The Mets once again are in 3rd place as they leapfrog the Cubbies with a 7-2 win. What a running catch by Lee Mazzilli in left center. And let's go to the box score. The screen will go black for just a moment. And there's the box score. And let's go to the pitching first, because I like to do the pitching first. So, players, some key players of the game. As you see, the Cubbies have no key players. So the Mets, with that win, leapfrog the Cubs back into 3rd place. Mets are now 38-32. The Cubs dropped to 36-31. Millan was 3 for 5 with a double. Mazzilli was 3 for 4 and made the running catch to end the game in left center. He had 2 drag bunt base hits, and John Stearns, still struggling defensively behind the plate, was 2 for 4. Espinosa picks up the win. He's now 3 and 4. Nino went 8 in the third, 7 hits, 2 runs, only 1 was earned, 4 walks, 5 Ks. Lockwood got the final 2/3 of the inning in the bottom of the ninth, gave up a hit and struck out 1, and the handy-dandy, wonderful running catch by Mazzilli ends the ball game in left center. As Ron from Retro Sports Network says, Rails are safe. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Krukow takes the loss for the Cubs. He's now 2-7, 6 1/3 innings, 11 hits, 6 runs, all 6 earned, no homers, 3 walks, 1 K. Todd went 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He struck out 1. Donnie Moore, 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, and 3 strikeouts with no walks. A lot of joy in that Mets clubhouse as they go back into 3rd place. The Go-Go Mets, the surprise team of the 77 replay. Let's go to the batting now. Lenny Randle 1 for 5 with a ribby, struck out twice. Beauclair was 2 for 5. Vail came in for the injured Beauclair and made a wonderful running catch in the right field corner late in the game. I think that was in the bottom of the ninth. Henderson was 1 for 3 with a ribby, a walk, and a strikeout. Cranepool was 1 for 5 with a strikeout. Stearns 2 for 4, 2 runs scored and a strikeout. Lee Mazzilli 3 for 4, 2 runs scored and a walk. Felix Millan, every time he came up, we hit and ran. So 5 times he put the bat in the ball. He got 3 hits, 2 runs, scored twice, knocked in a run, and doubled. Doug Flynn, Punch and Judy Doug Flynn, 2 for 4, a run scored. He knocked in 3 runs, 1 on a suicide squeeze, 1 on a ground out to the second baseman, another on a single. Espinosa, the winning pitcher, was 0 for 3. He walked once. And Lockwood pitched, did not hit. He got the final 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. The Mets in their victory, 38 at-bats, 7 runs, 15 hits, 6 ribbies, 3 walks, 5 Ks, 1 double, and a partridge in a pear tree. For the Chicago Cubs, who'd like to forget this game, as they're back in 4th place, DeJesus 1 for 5 with a run scored. He struck out twice. Kleins was 1 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout. Buckner was 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Bobby Mercer 0 for 2 with a run scored and 2 walks. Jerry Morales 1 for 3 with a ribby and a walk. Manny Trio was 0 for 2. Gross, the pinch hitter, was 0 for 1. Keller came into play second, and he was 1 for 1 as he took over for Trio. Ontiveros, the third baseman for the Cubs, 2 for 4 with a strikeout. Swisher, the catcher, 0 for 4 with a K. Krukow, the pitcher, was 0 for 1. Todd pitched, not hit. Marcelo, the pinch hitter, was 0 for 20, picked up his first hit, is now 1 for 21 for the Cubs. Moore pitched, did not hit. And Wallace, the pinch hitter, continues to hit well as a pinch hitter, now batting .778. He was 1 for 1. The Cubs in defeat, 33 at-bats, 2 runs, only 1 of them was earned, though, as the other one scored in the pass ball by Stearns. They had 8 hits, 1 ribby, 4 walks, 6 Ks. Player of the game, Nino Espinosa, for his 8 1/3 innings and the win. The Cubs left 9 runners on base, the Mets 10. Ontiveros had his 8th great play of the season, and Lenny Randle had his 13th poor play. Recap, well, the Mets scored first on a suicide squeeze, and Stearns scored, made it 1-0 in the top of the second. Then the Mets in the 4th sent 7 batters to plate, scoring 2 runs on 4 hits and a walk. Lenny Randle singled, knocking in Millan. Henderson walked, scoring Flynn. And it was 3-0. Chicago finally got on the board. In the bottom of the 4th, they scored 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 walks. DeJesus scored in the pass ball by Stearns, and Morales singled, knocking in Mercer. It was 3-2. That's as close as the Cubbies would come. It was all Mets from the 5th inning on. The Mets would score 3 runs in the top of the 5th on 3 hits. Millan doubled, scoring Stearns, 4-2. Doug Flynn hit a grounder to the right side. Runner scored from third, 5-2, and Felix Millan scored on the wild pitch by Krukow, 6-2. In the 7th, the Mets would tack on 1 more run to make it 7-2 on 3 hits. Flynn singled, knocking in Mazzilli, and that's your ball game. Felix Millan 3 for 5, 2 doubles, 2 runs scored. Lee Mazzilli 3 for 4, 2 runs scored. Nino Espinosa goes 8 1/3, picks up the win. He's now 3 and 4. Kruko takes the loss. He's 7-2. So with that win, the Mets jump into third place once again with a 38-32 record as they leapfrog the Cubbies, who dropped to 36-31. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone in the chat. Ron from Retro Sports Network, Todd B, Casey Jones 1970, Bobby Cantillano. As we scroll up, the original Grognard, scroll, scrolling slowly, Clinton Parks, Ken Castro, Stratomatic Delaware, Tribes Fan, as we're thanking the people who stayed here at Wrigley, Farm 1, Dale Lonsdale, What's Blazing in Sports. Wonderful turnout once again tonight. And it's not going to let me go. AU Pack Mule. And it's not going to let me go up any higher. So thank you very much to everyone who joined in the chat. Greatly appreciate it. We had a fun game. The Mets win. The Mets win. Casey Jones 1970 says, great job, Al. Good fun. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So until next we meet, watch out for that curveball in the dirt. Our next game for our 77 replay, the Red Sox versus the Yankees. That huge lead for the Red Sox. Now only one game over the Yankees. The Yankees actually tied them, but we won our last game against them. So that's going to be our next game on the channel in our 77 replay. It will be the Red Sox-Yankees. And our once huge lead is gone. So watch out for the curveball in the dirt. Health and happiness. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye. God bless. You know it's coming, folks. You know it's coming. Peace!